Hello and welcome to another episode of the Classical Republican. Today we're talking about Curtis Yarvin on freedom. So, as many of you know, the definition that that classical Republicans use for freedom is non-domination. Another good word is, there's a lot of autonomy in there. So autonomy, and that's the word that Curtis Yarvin uses in this interview. So this is on the STOA, which is a YouTube channel, and just give you some background if you don't know about Curtis Yarvin. He's on the post-liberal right. He's a reactionary monarchist. Okay, so when we're talking about monarchism, we're kind of talking about it in the classical Republican sense, in that you have a rule by one. So, going back to Aristotle is the one who came up with or at least wrote about the mixed regime. It was in practice in Sparta before Aristotle lived. But the monarchy here that we're talking about, that Curtis Yarvin desires, is that righteous king who is able to just make things happen because he's got all the power. And so that's what classical republicanism opposes monarchy. Sure, we would support an element of monarchy where you have checks and balances. We see that in the United States of America with the president. The president may have lots of power, but he can't make law. He can't. We have Congress and we have the judiciary that check and balance, and so the powers are separated, and we don't have a true monarchy, but we have a mixed regime. And so Curtis Yarvin believes that we should have a monarchy to set everything straight. So he has asked a question here by one of the members over at STOA, and he is asked about the definition of freedom. So let's listen to that.
The thing is that, the word freedom tends to be a very open word. I don't know right off the things the word freedom. Allows the right of us, years ago, people talk about freedom. Freedom of the wild animals. I'm talking about basically, and then my freedom is an adult talking about freedom to become. But as far as those things it's a very sort of aristocratic desire and an aristocratic feeling. And so it's sort of important to kind of define the meaning of freedom a little more clearly in this sense. One of the things that you see in the Western tradition that I don't really believe in is the concept of limited government, which to me sort of makes no sense because that limit is always being imposed by something that makes itself defined. And I might say that's not the case. It's not really the First Amendment the First Amendment makes the list of enforcements for the founding fathers. And so the sense of, a better and so the manufacturing about much of this money in this system, very much and that's sort of where the also, brings the question of Role as a human being, as a person, does not really deserve.
Okay, so let's go back to full screen. And yeah, so I think that's really interesting, that he is a monarchist, but he is post-liberal, and so he quoted Hobbes there, the first liberal, probably not the best liberal, but definitely the founder, where you start to think about the individual, and that the preservation of the individual as the most important thing. And therefore, derived from that is the negative freedom, which is freedom from interference. And so I thought that was really interesting that, you know, well, maybe it's not that interesting because he is post-liberal. And so if you're not, you know, non-interference, then you are non-domination. So, yeah, until next time, long live the Republic.